Extra time.
John's Telegraph makes your life.
Moving a little from that, the World Cup is less than 1.5 years away. So, how much of the series will be, about balancing the short-term results versus the long-term aim of getting the squad in place for the World Cup?
Look, obviously, we have quality players in the side, so it's not like we're compromising on the result. It's about finding the players who fit a particular spot, better in certain conditions, as I mentioned. So that will be our mindset. As I said, we're going to play the World Cup in England, which is going to be very different from what we get back home as well. So people who might be doing well at home might necessarily not repeat their performances in England. So it's very different. So we'll have to figure out which player's game suits the team best in particular conditions that we play at a particular spot. So I don't think the quality of the team would be compromised in any way, regardless of who takes the number 4 position, because we have strong batsmen above and below to sort of stabilize the innings. So I'm pretty confident about all the guys in the team.
It was said that over the next 3-4 months we evaluate different players, different options, and you've done that at middle order and spin. Would you say that you now have a basic core of players at least that you've recognized for the World Cup?
Yeah, definitely. We feel that the core of players is more or less sorted. It's about who takes up that one particular spot. It's not even spots above and below. It's about taking up that one particular spot, which guys who are given the opportunity need to capitalize and really string in performances that convince the management and the team very soon that that guy is meant to play at that spot for the team. So yeah, I feel the core of players is more or less pretty strong at the moment. Obviously changes can happen at any stage. You don't know whether someone's going to be in form or not in form, or what the team requires at certain stages, but how I see it, more or less the core is formed. No, as I said, just the middle order is something that, although the lower middle order is more or less, sorted, the combination is working well for us with Hardik and Kedar and MS rotating and batting together. Number 4 is something that we've experimented with a lot in the last few games or last couple of series. So that is probably the only spot I see as of now that needs to be solidified. Otherwise, the team looks pretty balanced.
Virat, you have spoken about all the batting and everything, but will it be a kind of litmus test for the spinners? They are too young and they have done well in the Indian conditions, but World Cup is every condition. And do you see a role for KL Rahul going forward?
Look, as I said, anything is possible. KL is obviously a quality player. He's played one days for a while. His performances might not have been as good as they are in Test cricket and 2020 cricket, one-day cricket. It can be difficult to find the right balance in one-day cricket from the get-go. So look, anything is possible, as I said, in future. Secondly, I think we're one of the few teams, or probably the only team in world cricket that's blessed with 2 wrist spinners, and Kedar Jadhav doing the conventional job pretty well for the team. So that's why I say the balance of the side is pretty good at the moment. Wrist spinners help you in any condition in the world, anywhere you play. Wrist spinners can go for 6 and over, but they'll pick you 3 wickets as well, which is eventually the difference in the game. And we're very happy to have 2, which are very different from each other. We don't have 2 leggies or 2 Chinamans. Both are very different and versatile in their own ways, and I think that's going to be a major strength for this team going forward.
For the 3 formats, because given the number of tools that you're looking at in terms of that exists back in India, there's an under-19 World Cup going on the way we've done there. Plus, last year we saw you kind of trying out a lot of combinations, a lot of players. What's when the bigger picture is concerned, how do you see it? Like for you, it's like a great time to be in that position to have that match.
Yeah, look, it's not only me, it's a lot of people that are involved. The management is there, the selectors are obviously keeping an eye on the guys that are coming up. So potentially what happens is you figure out backups for all the spots that are there in the 11, from batsmen to bowlers. Every spot is covered basically, so that is how you create bench strength. And secondly, for us as management in the team and myself, we look at characters before we look at skill. We look at a guy who's scored a 40 when the team needed it the most, compared to a guy who's scored runs but they might not have affected the state of the game that much. So we look for game changers, we look for guys who embrace pressure, and we look for guys who want to be in difficult situations, because one day cricket, you don't have another day to come back and do something extra. You have to make decisions there and then, and the game is done in the evening. So yeah, you need to be at the top of your game, and that is probably the most important factor that we keep in mind going ahead.
The way the one-day batting is going on in Australia, Steve Smith spoke about how England are kind of playing a very high-risk kind of batting. For India, there's almost a very good rhythm that is there with the batting. He scored about 18, 300 plus scores since the last World Cup. Do you sense that? Do you subscribe to the theory that maybe start going bang right from the top, like say England are doing, would be the way how ODI batting will kind of move into in the future?
It could. I mean, look, we are a side who's always done well in the shorter format, so we didn't necessarily need to change the way things work for us. It's very similar to what works for a particular batsman and what doesn't work for another. What works for one team necessarily won't work for another team. So yeah, I mean, England plays a certain brand of cricket, so does Australia. India plays in a very different way, but anything is effective. No one technique is perfect in cricket, and no one way of playing is perfect in any format. So you can win with your style of play as long as you're convinced about it and you believe in it. So I think that's the thing that matters the most. Different styles should not be copied. That's what I feel personally, from batsman to batsman and team to team and bowler to bowler as well. If someone tries to bowl like Jasprit right now, they'll mess up their bowling. It's very similar. We don't want to hamper the balance of our team. Obviously, the areas that need improvement, you keep improving them on the sidelines and you keep moving forward. But the core style of play of the team should always be there. So we should know as batsmen who's going to do what. If there's a factor of unpredictability, then the team feels very unbalanced, and there's not enough confidence around. So we are pretty happy with the way we play.
Confidence and pride over the last test of the Wanderers, and your bowlers surprised some people from. Given that the one days will be played on pitches that bring your batsmen more to the game, do you think this is a very good chance to maybe make a statement in this series as a whole and maybe win your first series in South Africa?
Look, we obviously want to win every series that we play. Thinking of records or doing something which hasn't been done before is not something that you think of before achieving it. It just adds extra pressure which is not needed. Yeah, but we took a lot of confidence from that last test. As batsmen, definitely everyone is looking forward to stepping up, forgetting the things that have happened in the test series, improving on them but not keeping them in the back of the head. And going out there and expressing ourselves. Obviously the wicket's going to be much better throughout the series because of the format and how this pitch looks pretty balanced, I would say, for a good game of cricket. So yeah, it's basically down to you want to win every game and every series that you play, but to do that you need to go through a process. And we just want to focus on those processes, and if we end up winning the series, we'll obviously be happy about it. But it's too early to even speak about those things. You need to be at the top of your game throughout, especially against a side who's strong at home, and they play a very good brand of ODI cricket here. They're very expressive, so it'll be a tough competition.
Already, we never won a game in Durban. We've never won a one-day series in South Africa. But if we win this series, we become number one. So how big a challenge? How big a motivation?
Again, it's I keep saying these things, but we don't really think about these things. We don't think about them at all. I mean, we don't connect to these things because when you're batting out there, you're not thinking that if I get runs here and we win, we'll become number one. You want to win. You want to do well in that moment that you're in. So as I said, you need to focus on each moment that you're a part of and make sure that you bring your best game forward, especially because we'll have to play that much better here, knowing that these conditions suit the home team. And if, like the last test, how we believed in ourselves and we ended up winning that test, we have to carry the same belief throughout this series. So that'll be very important, and that's a responsibility of each and every individual in the team. And the mood is quite upbeat in the change room. Everyone's really looking forward to the game starting, and that's a very good sign.
People would say this is a home game for you. The support is incredible. It's a sellout match tomorrow. How exciting is it to play in this part of the world, knowing that you enjoy such incredible support?
Yeah, it's always a special feeling playing here. I haven't. I've only played one ODI here before. I've not been a part of the T20 World Cup when the team played here, but I hear things about that, and that was a very special time. Durban's always been a very special venue to the Indian cricket team because of the support factor, and we always enjoy when we go to other countries and we see so many people supporting us. We have huge support all around the world, but this is very different even from that point of view. It's very much like we're playing in India. Even the weather, how it was yesterday, the pitch, how it looks, it's pretty much something that we are familiar with. I wouldn't say that this is exactly what we get back home, but it's quite familiar. So yeah, we always enjoy playing in front of big crowds. You get to motivate yourself even more when you're going through a phase which is not going your way. You can use that backing from the crowd as well to do something special. So yeah, we're looking forward to playing in front of a sellout.
अगर आप ये देखें सर, वनडे क्रिकेट में आपका बैटिंग अलग रखने से कप्तानी देखें तो टेस्ट क्रिकेट से कितना अलग होता है? कौन से फॉर्मेट में ज़्यादा चैलेंजिंग होता है कप्तान?
आई थिंक ओडीआई क्रिकेट में आपको ज़्यादा सोचना पड़ता है हर मोमेंट पे, क्योंकि टेस्ट क्रिकेट में एक पैटर्न होता है गेम का, एक स्पीड से, एक फ्लो से चलती है गेम, तो आप फिगर आउट कर सकते हैं कि कौन से सेशन में कब मोमेंटम चेंज हो रहा है. बट ओडीआई क्रिकेट में वो ओवर टू ओवर हो सकता है, तो आपको हमेशा गेम से आगे रहना पड़ता है. हमेशा एक एडवांटेज ये है कि एज अ बैट्समैन मैं ये सोच सकता हूँ कि बैट्समैन के दिमाग में क्या चल रहा होगा, तो थोड़ा उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से थोड़ा गेम के टॉप पे रहना, पहले से चीज़ें करना जो बाद में करी जा सकती थी, ये सब चीज़ें आपको वनडे क्रिकेट में और T20 में और ज़्यादा करनी पड़ती हैं. तो ऑल्दो एफर्ट ज़्यादा होता है लेकिन टाइम स्पैन छोटा है गेम का. टेस्ट क्रिकेट में एफर्ट इतना नहीं लगता पूरा दिन, लेकिन वो आपको 5 दिन करना पड़ता है. जब आप नहीं भी खेल रहे हैं, आप बैटिंग नहीं भी कर रहे हैं, तब भी आपको सोचना पड़ता है कि अभी सिचुएशन कहाँ जा रही है, कैसे खेल सकते हैं क्या. तो काफ़ी डिफरेंट है, बट आई वुड से शॉर्टर फॉर्मेट्स में आपको अपना दिमाग ज़्यादा यूज़ करना पड़ता है हर ओवर में.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.